Drive Time on RTE Radio 1, sponsored by Zurich. We believe small actions can have great impact. Take a small action today. Speak to a financial broker about a Zurich pension.
Let's have a listen to Minister Stephen Donnelly speaking to Claire Byrne this morning, making this surprise announcement of what he called a positive result. It's been described by the opposition as a dereliction of duty, when he outlined how the tests have become affordable already in pharmacies and shops.
My concern was that at €8 a test, which is broadly what they had been retailing at, that for far too many people that's simply not affordable. But since we have been looking at the subsidisation, the prices have fallen. Macaulay's Pharmacy, for example, are selling them at €3. Some of the supermarkets are selling them at $3.99. I heard of one retailer yesterday who's selling them at €1.50. So we have managed to achieve the price reduction without having to get into spending taxpayers' money on a subsidisation.
So it's gone. Subsidisation is gone.
Well, the market has done it itself. It's happened without having to spend taxpayers' money on it. So it's been a good result.
Well, has the market done it, I wonder? Some of our texters to 51551 suggest the market hasn't done it. We'll get to some of those texts in just a couple of minutes. But first, our reporter John Cook has been out shopping for antigen tests to see how expensive or indeed cheap they are. How did you get on, John?
Yeah, no surprises what you're getting for Christmas, Sarah. It seems to be the most in-demand item, and we've come a long way in 6 months from when I was out shopping in Lidl in Limerick, I recall, when they were likening antigen tests to snake oil in some quarters, and they were being sold, I think it was €5 for €25 at that time. But there's quite a wide variety of prices out there today. For instance, and I noticed it myself with my own family in the last few days, I bought antigen tests for $6.99 each last week in a pharmacy in Clare. I was able to buy them for $2.99 each in a supermarket, in a SuperValu supermarket in Roscommon over the weekend, with prices falling significantly in recent days as several large retail and pharmacy stores announced lower prices ahead of this much anticipated government subsidy announcement that is no longer, it seems. Now, we were told it isn't necessary, as you heard from the Health Minister. He wants people to use antigen tests properly and affordably. So when I went out shopping, I've been trying to find out if they are as affordable as he says. So I visited 6 pharmacies this afternoon where I could buy a single antigen test for a variety of prices: €4.99, €6, €6.49, $6.99, $7.95. So they're still that high in pharmacies.
$7.95 for one antigen test.
Yeah, and whether they'll all start to move towards the pace being set by some of the bigger retailers now remains to be seen. They were waiting for announcements, of course, from government that we're told are not going to happen. In a local discount shop right beside some of those pharmacies today, a Eurogiant discount shop, there were 2 for €5. In my local Dunn stores, they were $2.90 each, but selling fast. They told me they had 3 left. This afternoon, a spokesperson for Lidl Ireland told me they offer a single antigen test for $2.49. An Aldi spokesperson has told me they have them for $2.99 each, or $14.95 for a pack of 5, which they describe as the best value in the market. Discount retailer Mr Price also told me they're the cheapest in Ireland. They're $1.99 each. They had come down from $2.99 last Thursday. And in a statement, they had no spokesperson for me this evening, but they said in their statement regarding the announcement from Stephen Donnelly that the government won't be introducing a subsidy on antigen tests because the market has done it itself. Well, you're welcome, Stephen, is what they had to say. Sam Macaulay's Chemist is the largest Irish-owned pharmacy chain with 37 outlets, and they're selling their antigen tests at €5 each, or 5 for €15, meaning they cost €3 when you buy in multiples, something the pharmacy chain wants to encourage, according to Chief Executive Tony McEntee. But I asked him first if he was surprised that Minister Donnelly, had no announcement really on a subsidy this morning. It's no longer necessary, he said.
Well, look, it's not for me to comment too much on government policy at the affordable price like they are in Macaulay's at €3 for a test. I think they're affordable, and I understand some people will have an issue with that. But personally, I would prefer to see the money, and they were talking about considerable money being spent subsidising this. I would prefer that to go into frontline healthcare services rather than subsidy, and in some cases perhaps going to multinationals who can probably carry it or whatever. Personally, I think it's just better used on our frontline teams. We made our decision as we were able to secure tests at a lower price. We just passed them on to the public. we don't see it as discounting. All we're doing is passing on the prices we get at an affordable level to the public.
I know you don't call it a discount, Tony, but it was Lidl and other discount retailers that made public announcements on low-priced antigen tests last week. Is that what's going to influence pharmacies and other retailers now that there is no government subsidy?
No, I don't know. I don't want to say he said, she said. We announced our reduction on Friday morning, or on Thursday night for Friday morning. Lidl seemed to follow suit with reducing to $2.99 as of sometime on Friday for implementation on Saturday. I think Macaulay has taken the lead full stop with regards to antigen tests generally, in that as we got a better price, we put them out to the public at that price. Now, perhaps Lidl or Aldi can buy them cheaper than we can, I'm sure. Given their buying power, they probably can. But the one thing they can't provide is the advice and all the support that goes with it. We have a brilliant team of pharmacists right around the country who will advise people on how to use them and what's the reaction and why it may or may not have worked or why they've got a different result and what have you. So, this isn't just about who's the cheapest in town. And having said that, I accept that a lot of people may need support on this, and that even €3 per test. Well, it's €3 per test twice a week, I think, is the government advice. So I don't think it's a huge sum of money.
It is if you have a large family, though. Are you seeing people buying multiple antigen tests at these prices without a government subsidy now? Will these discounted rates, or whatever you want to call them, without a government subsidy, achieve the desired effect? And that is that people would conduct regular antigen tests as a precautionary measure?
Well, all I can say is, as I said to you, we sold maybe 20,000 tests in the month of October. We sold 85,000 tests in the month of November. And even this morning, we've sold 3,000 tests. So it all suggests to me that the public will take the precautionary principle and spend the money on doing the tests as it is.
And that's Tony McEntee, the Chief Executive of Sam Macaulay Chemists, speaking to John Cook. And as you can hear from John Cook there, it really does seem to depend where you're shopping to find out how much your antigen tests are going to be. And it seems to be the same from our texters to 51551. Cork doesn't seem to be a great spot to buy antigen tests. Dolores has texted to say, I called into a few pharmacies in Cork City on Saturday afternoon. Cost for a box of 5 antigen tests range from €25 to €32. So you're talking about €5 at least for an antigen test there. Another person, Sean in Cork City, says €25 for 5 antigen tests on the outskirts of Cork City. If Stephen Donnelly fancies telling us where the cheap ones are, that'd be great.
How dare you diss Cork? People of Cork, you can send your complaints to 5155. There you go.